I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting PEP Talks podcast.
Yesterday I talked about being consistent, and today I want to talk about times where it's appropriate to be inconsistent. And you don't want to undermine routine and things that kids know they can count on. If you have a bedtime routine, if you have a morning routine, you want to make sure that you're really consistent with those things. And yet sometimes there's circumstances either beyond our control or where we just want to bend the rules sometime. And it seems like we should be able to do that without undermining our parental authority. And so this is a tricky paradox that we walk as parents. But actually, I think it's pretty amazing how it works. If you are consistently consistent, and yet there are times where you break your own rules, kids can actually get that. As long as the consistency kind of overrides the rule breaking, they can pick up on it. And actually, they'll even be grateful and have more respect when you do break those rules. And let me give you an example. Occasionally, I would break my rule of no toys in the toy store when we were going to buy something. And it was usually a result of me having extra money. And if I have extra money, I would love to share that with my kids. So I would say something like, how about if I give each of you guys a $10 budget when we go into the toy store while we're getting this present or whatever our other reason is for going into the store. And it's not that every time we go in the store, you're going to be able to get a budget and get a new toy and everything. It's just that I have extra money right now and I would love to be able to share that with you guys. So don't blow it by, thinking that this is going to happen every time. Now, you should be able to get away with this as a parent. You should be able to be inconsistent in moments where it serves your own purposes, makes you feel happy, makes you feel like you're, contributing or being generous to your kids. So you shouldn't have to parent completely rigidly to be effective. This is also true if every once in a while, let's say you're really consistent about the child's chores. Let's say they have to make their bed every day. And if you're not consistent, then they don't make their bed. Well, maybe there's one day where your child had a really bad day at school or in some environment and you know that they're really having a rough time. It isn't really all that inconsistent to say, take a day off. Just leave your bed messy. It's not going to matter. And you can expect that they won't think that you're going to break that rule every day, that they'll realize you're just giving them a break because they're having a rough time. So learning to be consistent, yet to also know when you can be inconsistent so that you can have a flexible, normal life and not feel like you always have to be a drill sergeant and, make sure they're always towing the line and make sure that they're always doing everything right and what they're supposed to do. So I know it's kind of confusing, but there's a lot of paradoxes in parenting, and there's things that are good to do, and then there's things that seem like they're exactly in controversy against the first thing that we would do also. And I'll talk about more of those in the future because they're really fun. I mean, this, again, we like to have a big vision of what we are and what we want to do as parents, and yet at the same time, we want to be in the moment with our kids and be able to love and nurture and cherish our kids in whatever manner we want without undermining our parenting. Have a great day. Happy parenting.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Positive Parenting PEP Talks podcast. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Debbie Godfrey, owner and founder of positiveparenting.com. I hope you'll go and check out my website and follow me on Instagram and let me know about what you thought about today's episode. Did you learn something new? Were you able to do something different with your children? Did you have a success story? Those are my favorite to share. Let me know. Contact me. I'd love to hear from you. And also, what future topics would you be interested in hearing about on the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast? Thank you so much for being here and for all of your support. Take care and happy parenting.